The one with the third eye. The one who has a snake coiled around his neck. The one who controls the flow of Ganga. The one who is wished for as the ideal husband. And the one whom we call the Neelkant. I did not take a name, but you know who I am talking about, right?
Welcome back to Conversations with My Sister. This is Nabanita's home quarantine vlog day 8, and today we are discussing Lord Shiva. Namrata, tell us a little about Lord Shiva.
So Lord Shiva is a pretty chilled out god. Like, he has renounced the world and he doesn't take chap, he doesn't take any sides. For him everybody is same and he has outgrown hunger. But I think the most important thing about Lord Shiva is his transformation. So usually what happens? One goes from being a householder to ascetic, right? But Lord Shiva, from an ascetic, he becomes Shankar, the householder, when Shakti enters his life.
So why is he called the Destroyer?
In mythology, things have abstract meaning. So when we call him the destroyer, it means he is the destroyer of aham or ego, lust, arrogance. So that way, he just destroys the bad things and he makes way for the new things, a new beginning. So that is what Tandava is all about, the dance. It's the dance of creation, the preservation and the destruction of the universe.
And why does he have a moon on his head?
According to one of the legends, Prajapati Daksha, who is one of the sons of Lord Brahma, he had 27 daughters, okay? And his daughters represented the nakshatras in the cosmos. So he gave these daughters in marriage to Chandradev or Somdev, who is the moon deity. So, but Chandradev was only smitten with one of the daughters and the other 26 complained to the father. So angered and disappointed, Prajapati Daksha cursed Chandra that he will lose his body, he will lose his essence. So as a result, Chandradev started losing his body, he started being powerless. So he rushed to Lord Shiva. So Lord Shiva told him that do one thing, take refuge in my rocks and you will be safe from Prajapati Daksha's curse. That is why Shiva is also called Chandrasekhar, or he is also called Somnath. Som meaning Chandradev, Somnath meaning the protector of Chandra or Som.
So what is your comment on the perception of young adults and teenagers on Lord Shiva?
Oh God, मैं शिव भक्त हूँ, मैं भांग पीता हूँ, मैं नशा करता हूँ. It's not what makes you a शिव भक्त. People think शिव जी कुछ काम नहीं करते, he has no responsibility, मस्त रहते हैं, भांग पीते हैं और नशा करते हैं, भूतों के साथ घूमते हैं. That's all very typical and a very limited conception of Shiva, because Shiva, who is formless, you can't really limit him to a particular idea, you know. He is abstract, he is out of this world, he is formless, yet we have given him a form in the form of Shivling. So all those people out there who just say Om Shankar and Bholenath and smoke, do nasha, just stop, just don't do it. Fun fact, did you know Mahadev also has a female form?
Yeah, you told me about this.
Yeah, the form is called Gopeshwar Mahadev. So according to one of the legends, Radha Krishna were doing their usual Maharas, and but that particular night it was something special because Mahadev, who is always so engrossed in his meditation, he got distracted. He was fascinated by the tune of Krishna's flute, that he was like, I have to go to Vrindavan. So he descended to Vrindavan, but the Gopiyas who were like at the entrance of the Maharas, they stopped him. They were like, no other man other than Krishna can be a part of this Maharas. So Mahadev, he was so desperate to be a part of the Maharas that he went to river of Yamuna, he took a dip in it and he then emerged as a beautiful gopi.
And then?
And then he
Then he participated.
participated in the Maharas and he enjoyed. But Lord Krishna, he knew this was not any other Gopiya. He recognized Mahadev and he said, "Welcome Gopeshwar Mahadev." So from then, Mahadev is worshipped as Gopeshwar Mahadev in that particular village of Vrindavan. Also, did you know Ardhanareshwara is the fused form of Shiva and Parvati?
So, what does it represent?
It represents the equally manifested masculine and feminine aspects in a person, the Prakriti and the Purusha.
From a gender studies perspective, every person is born with feminine and masculine characteristics. So, out of the two, one gender empowers the other one, and that becomes your gender. Is it the same?
Yes, it definitely can be. Indian mythology is way ahead of its time. Ardha Nari Ishvara, which means that our Ishwar, Lord Shiva, is half female, Ardhanari. Lord Shiva cannot be summarized in 5 to 10 minutes. So if you want to know more about him or any other Indian deity, do let us know in the comments below. Till then, stay home, stay safe, and don't forget to hit the like button.